Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hot Takes League of Legends. It's a biggie today, the MSI preview, and we've been missing on my left-hand side the last few weeks since Ethan left. I've been missing a former having a Sheep Esports French alumni. So I've done my best. We've done our best to replace him. It is of course Armand joining us as a special guest. Armand, how's it going?
I'm doing well. I'm very happy to be here. It's not very often I get invited on those shows actually, so it's nice to be here. I'm in good company as well. You can't really see it on the cam, but I have my little scuttle crab with me as well.
I thought you were talking
So
about us.
we're vibing.
I thought you were going to say
What's
nice
sorry?
things about us.
Well, I'm also very happy to see you both again. We always meet on the European events and everything. It's been a while now. Hopefully, we get to meet soon. I guess if you're going to be coming to the Paris road trip in summer, maybe or finals. I don't know.
And then
Mm.
Davide, as always, because we can't get rid of him. Never out, never leaving.
The evergreen one, the ever-standing one, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we're of course here to talk about MSI then, and we've got a few. Well, we got things to crack on with really. Maybe we just jump straight into them. Starting with the team rankings of MSI. This is where we're going to show our knowledge of of the lesser known regions, and you guys are going to
Mm.
do the heavy lifting. Um,
Yeah,
so we've got.
I think I had a bit of different takes from you both, slightly on that side.
Yeah. We'll start from the bottom and work our way up then, shall we? Um, and the first unanimous pick was for 11th last place Deep Cross from the LCP. Now I'll be honest and hold my hands up on some of these and say that there's plenty of regions I've not seen too much of, and I'm kind of going more on what I know of other teams a little bit. So who can fill us in on why they are dead last? No questions asked.
Look, like I don't know how much you both have seen of the LCP this year, but I can tell you it is not pretty. Genuinely, like with the loss of CFO, like the LCP has been struggling. Honestly, there's not really a strong like Taiwanese powerhouse like we had last year. It feels, and that's also why we saw like a lot of Vietnamese team in particular kind of step up to the level, right? And I think for most of this bit, Deep Cross Gaming were not even like in the question to qualify for MSI. Like people, especially if you told them like after the group stage that they were going to be C2, would have been pretty surprised. I would say so. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't have a lot of high hopes for them, especially in the play-in because like there's so many teams they have to get through. Right, there's only one seed, so it's a bit doomed.
Yeah.
I actually watched a little bit of the finals, and actually the upper bracket final, I think, or I think the upper bracket final, where actually DCG pushed TSW to 5 games.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised for what DCG has been able to do, considering they were technically a team from tier 2. Because
Yeah, they just qualified this year.
for those who don't know, they were the ones who basically kicked Chief Esports Club, who was the Australian team from the LCP, and got the. I guess is it still guest slot or is it partner slot? Guest slot, right?
Yeah, I think the way it works is that they have like 5 guest spots. Actually, it's only like 3 teams that can't get relegated. I mean, before like PSG Talon was one of the teams that couldn't get relegated, but since they left the league because they couldn't pay their players right, like now there's
Yeah.
like 5 guests. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they got to tier like they got to the LCP. They actually did pretty well in the first split as well. Like obviously, being from the PCS region, it's kind of expected for them to be not like a bottom team. But considering that there was Ground Zero Gaming, who's technically from the Oceania, but still basically has many of the
Yeah.
former PCS players, you could kind of consider that this year's level on average was going to be more competitive. So I'm actually genuinely surprised that they were fighting for playoffs. And initially, I didn't even have them on the card. Like, I thought that SoftBank Hawks, who I think was the second best team in the regular season, was supposed to be my number 2 team from the region, and then they got 3-0'd by DCG in the first round. I was like, okay, what's going on? The way I think that DCG got really strong at is just that they have a great, not like a great top laner, but just like a very interesting top laner, I think. Because Florin is from super like young 19-year-old top laner who has been playing for, I think this is his second year, if I'm not mistaken. And this guy is just being probably one of the best, if not the best top laner, at least for me in the league. Just generally, by the way, by it's either his champion pool or everything that he does is very LPL-esque in the way that he's able to play both the carry and the weak side stuff. He's kind of like the way I remember Breathe a couple of years ago, when Breathe was considered one of the mid-top top laners in the Chinese league. And Florian kind of fits into that style where he can play both. He's actually very comfortable on his jacks. He was actually dump shitting on TSW's pun in the individual matchup. And then the other big highlight for me from what I've seen is the jungler Pop9. So the two are working really well together. And the issue for me is that it's only just 2 players, because like mid lane is kind of meh. Like I haven't seen much from him, and the bot lane got completely obliterated by TSW's bot lane several times, including the last 4th game in the final. That was like atrocious. Like I remember it was like a Senna Seraphim matchup, and they managed to lose it super hard, like on Ashe plus some. I think it was Ashe Lulu, and they managed to lose it. I mean, there was some some help from TSW's jungler Histo, but it's just like as soon as like they Senna Seraphim got a slight lead, they just got away with it. And I think in a meta where most of the teams at MSI still seemingly have a lot of strong bot lanes, I think that will be very, very tough for DCG to actually do anything and be relevant. And obviously considering that they have to go against KC in the first round and then potentially face presumably TL or T1 in the lower bracket, it could be a very short ride for them.
Like, yeah, I mean, we have to remember, like, this team is completely new to the international stage, right? Like, I was double checking just now, but Chelsea is the only one that has had international chances to compete, right? Like, he was obviously on one of the last Flash Wolves roster way back in the day. He did like MSI 2019 where G2 won, right? The MSI we all love. And besides from that, he's went to Worlds once with CFO way back in 2023. And aside from this, it's just like players that are very, very new to the scene. So for me, like in my mind, it's kind of just an outlook of like looking to try and get the most experience from this event and try to learn from it, right? Like they shouldn't come in with any kind of expectations. It's a band of players that have been together for some time, obviously in tier 2 especially. They've just promoted. It's actually some insane performances, back-to-back second place in the LCP. And yeah, I just think for now, they need to go in this with like no stress, just try to play their own game and hopefully learn as much as possible from the plane. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't think they're gonna get out of plane. So yeah, just make the most of it, right?
And in fairness, if you're saying like, I was going to say, if you're saying the top laner like maybe is the better performing one, or maybe one of the better players on the team, you'd assume the second round they'll be against Team Liquid, who maybe have of the pool here maybe one of the shakier top laners, certainly compared to a lot of the other teams here. So maybe like even if they're lucky, they could a win, even at like I feel like when you're coming in with the expectations you guys are saying, one win internationally is like a nice sort of basis at least to not feel totally humiliated.
You mean one win of a series or one win in a series? Because that's different.
True.
I think one game they can get away with it. Because like genuinely, the drafts that DCG can come up with can be quite particular, or at least they're willing to go a little bit outside of the box compared to what we've seen from the meta. Also, we'll probably have to have the discussion about the meta as well, because it's probably going to be a little bit different from what we've seen in playoffs. But the way I see it is that DCG's main win condition is if they're able to win through topside or get a very strong lead on topside and then kind of go even on the rest. If Pop9 can make sure that Floren gets ahead, I don't think the bot lane will be able to come out as on even terms if they get targeted by someone else. Technically, TL I think is probably going to be the best matchup for them because of what you were saying, Lee. Yeah.
No surprises
I don't know. Like,
go on.
even then, like, I don't see TL losing to them. Honestly, like, I feel TL has actually looked pretty decent, like lately in the LCS. I've watched like some of their matches, especially against like Cloud9 and stuff, and they're still like giga outmatched by LYON, but they're not looking too bad, honestly. I still don't think it's enough either. Yeah.
It may not come as a surprise then. I'm pretty sure.
I think we have a tie actually.
Yeah,
right,
I was going to say, we have got a tie. So let's do them both. So, 10th place.
Yeah.
TL.
It's because of me.
Also joined in.
Technically joined 9th place.
Because I did the graphics, so technically I put FURIA above TL, even though technically we got the same average placement among the votes, just because FURIA was placed higher.
Yeah,
on a single vote.
I was the special one with FURIA.
I'm actually surprised you put them 8th. So like for the viewers who probably cannot see this, the way we've done our power rankings is basically that each of us the camera again gets to do their own power rankings, and then based on the placements we average out based on the placement position, and then at the end of it we get basically the full ranking. In case we get a tie, the one that gets the single highest placement then is placed above. In this case, TL and FURIA were both placed up 9.33, and FURIA got 8 because Armand decided to back his CBLOL boys.
Look, I swear FURIA are not as bad as like you might think. I swear Brazil has been improving a lot, I feel. And I genuinely think that FURIA, if they're allowed to play their style, are a fucking scary team. Like, genuinely. I think they could take some games.
They're taking them off.
I mean, I definitely see it. Like, for me, it was very hard to place both TL and FURIA because I think they kind of belong in the same tier to me. Like, it's on a consistent basis. I think that TL's guarantees a higher floor, but like FURIA can have a higher peak. The way, just because.
I would be very curious to see FURIA like play against LCS team more often and stuff. Like, okay, honestly, the LTA like rebrand last year was so dog shit. It was awful, but I low-key kind of like the fact that we would see like LCS against CBLOL more often, and I genuinely think it's sad that we don't see it as anymore. Like, I would really like to see LCS against CBLOL more often, like in some capacity. I don't know.
I wonder who's screaming behind the scenes, because technically, who was it? That there was I think it was, there are like 2 teams from, I think it's C9 and then someone else. Is it Red Canids from the American stuff?
Red Canids are pretty decent, but they ended up in third place.
Let me check who won. Oh no, it was actually FURIA.
Yeah, I mean last year, like I think Red Canids beat like Shopify Rebellion, right, in the championship or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, part of the reason that it didn't work as well was that they they barely actually had crossover, did they? Like, I think that was one of the things people were actually more excited for in all that change, and then it barely had an impact. So
like there was one of the splits where like they didn't even face, like, I don't know, the entire format was so weird to me. Like I don't get what they were going with.
but thankfully we might
But
see some cross region at MSI.
What do you think about
yeah.
FURIA in general? Like, what's the one thing that made you say they're going to be scary? Like, I think I know where my thoughts are. I kind of wanted to hear your opinion to see whether it's aligned.
I mean, for me, it's Tattoo, right? Like Tattoo is the beating heart of this team. I think if he's allowed to play his game and impact the map and everything, he can be very aggressive. Like it can really blow the game open. And I feel like they've kind of really worked out well how to play around him as well and make sure that the team can get any votes. I think overall, like honestly, I think they're pretty underrated. Like I genuinely think that Brazil has improved a lot since last year in general.
What are we thinking on TL then?
For me,
Just another one with no chance of getting out of play-ins.
like
You would need the best Sion, the best Morgan, which I don't think we've seen, honestly.
like I
throughout
don't.
it. And then the
Yeah.
best Quid. Like I think we've seen a very good version of Quid with Jose. I think Jose is being undisputedly the best player on this roster, and just like Tattoo for Furia, he has been the so-called beating heart.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a discussion about the junglers in this league, in this tournament, because I think it's very crazy. But just generally speaking, the way I see it is Morgan has been weirdly struggling in a way that I was not expecting. Like, you know that he was not going to be your super dominant being, like, wasn't going to be like Thanatos coming in and just like destroying everyone, but at the same time you didn't really expect him to kind of be on the bottom side of the metrics, let's say, on what he does. And TL kind of decided to ditch him and put him into a super weak side position to where he's kind of just left alone and hoping that Jose plays for Quid, and then Quid and Jose transition that lead to Eon, or like basically to the late game for Eon to carry. I'm not really sure if Eon can actually keep that up, because I don't think Eon has been doing that well either. I think ever since last year from first 10, he hasn't really been living up to the expectations that probably people used to have set on him as one of the best domestic talents. And like even the stats kind of say, I was looking at it today, and he's like, he has like the third lowest DPM among ADCs in the league. Which,
yeah, I mean, if you want
like,
to win for TL, you have to play through Jose Diodo and Quid, right? Like,
yeah,
I think that's kind of the only option.
yeah, I don't think it will be enough, because honestly, like if you
Yeah.
look at many, so all the other teams jungle mid duos, which is why I think, like, for example, LYON did so well against TL, is just because, like, Inspired, as much as Jose Diodo is a good player, he just gets destroyed by Inspired. Maybe not in
Yeah.
the early game, but just in the able on how he just like wants to, like, how he views the game, right? And then how he manages everyone else's. And I just think that Quid had towards the end a bit of, not like an off series, but just like he probably just couldn't do what he did in the previous series against someone like Saint, who has been pretty good, I guess, for the last part of the split.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of rough for Team Liquid as well. Like, I mean, the three teams we just talked about so far, like, they have some stuff going for them definitely, but it's gonna be tough to have a good tournament for sure. Like,
I mean, that's
they
like
don't have enough. They have too many liabilities, right?
and now that we've got MSI, that's like it is just so robust, and you can't, like, there's no best of ones. You're not nicking wins off anyone. If you come in and you actually are like below, you know, significantly below all the, you know, the Korean, Chinese teams, even the LEC teams, like, you're not going to nick anything. You like, maybe you nick a game in a best of 5, but even that's not going to feel great, is it?
If TL gets a game off of T1,
That's a W. Okay, yeah.
I think there's a chance for TL to get out. I'll just put it out there, and it's not because I don't want to like back KC, which we'll have a discussion later, but just I think it will make things a little bit spicier.
I don't think anyone is beating T1 out of plane, honestly. Like, I feel a bit bad for KC, for example. Like, the format kind of screwed him over, not gonna lie. But like, I genuinely think that T1 are just going to do T1 stuff. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk more about them, I guess. Like, they're a weird team, I guess. Like, they've had a lot of up and downs, but if there's one thing that I can trust them to do is to lock in when it comes to international events.
True.
At least like they might, like MSI's recently, they might not win it, but not gonna fuck it in play-ins. Come on, they'll be fine.
I would be very surprised if
yeah.
they don't get out of plane. Yeah.
Let's go to number 8. We've got Team Secret
We're
Wales.
not showing it, by the way.
Oh shit. Team Secret Wales. Thank you,
Production.
Fire the producer. Bloody useless. Team Secret Wales.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
Do you think this TSW roster can do better than CFO?
No. No. Not at all. I'm sorry, but I saw Team Secret Wales at first stand get 0-6th, and I saw like no life out of them. It felt like, at least from what I remember. Like, genuinely, I don't know. I'm very down on the LCP this year. Like, I don't see them achieve much. Like, sure, they've had like some close games against G2 when they were still ramping up in the tournaments or something. And then they played against BFX, right? Kind of got smashed. It felt like I don't know. I feel like for Team Secret Wales, the issue is always the same, that there is no good Vietnamese mid laners in League of Legends, and I don't understand how it's possible that they're not capable of producing a good mid laner. Because I swear, for a few years now, we see like Vietnamese teams go at Worlds and like MSI and shit like this, and then it's always mid gap. It's always mid gap, like every time. Like, I'm sorry, but Dire needs to step the fuck up. Like, I've seen some good shit out of like Isto from what I remember. Like, Isto was like really good for Secret
I think
Wars.
Isto is still the best player on the team.
Yeah, but like Dire like genuinely had some criminals games. And I mean, even the bot lane, like Eddie and yeah, were like kind of not great, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, BA.
I think they're fine. Like, they're pretty decent from what they require, but I don't think they're outstanding by any means. For me, actually, I think the TSW's biggest weakness is actually the top side right now. Like,
yeah,
Pun has been. I've watched some of the stuff. This guy had to resort to Malphite as a counter pick because he did not have enough champions. Like, he did not have enough champions to counter like a Jace or something. And
Holy.
like, you know that it's going to work in the LCP, just because like your team will lift you up. I don't think it's going to work whatsoever. And going back to the Deep Cross Gaming, like, if DCG was anywhere close to beating TSW, it's because Florian was kicking his ass, honestly. And I think like Kiaya, I think, used to be the best top laner that I know from Vietnam. I think it's just like there's so much of a gap. Like, I'm just looking at the stats. Like, you're supposed to be on the team that legit won the entire, like, most of the games throughout the season. Like, you have a 80% win rate with 40 games played in spring, and then you have negative and XP diff at 15, which is plus 10 gold, which means that every matchup you play, you're going on average, you're going just even, and he actually only gets ahead in 37% of the cases. So you know that if you want to like punish him. You're going to get like punish him. The only issue is that if he gets put on those kind of like weak side champions, whether it's the Sion, the Ornn, the Shen, the Malphite, Yorick, Nard, there are many picks out there that you can kind of let him play and he'll do okay with it. I just think that if TSW wants any chance to actually get closer to how CFO was last year in terms of we can actually try and beat the T1s or like beat the top teams, you need to have 5 players who can all play
they need
style.
they need new solo laners. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a mid laner that loses lane 60% of the time. Like, that's crazy. I'm looking at Dire's stat. Like, they're fairly fucking bad. Not like for a team that's back-to-back champions in the LCP. Like, it's criminal that he has these stats. I don't know. I don't understand.
I just think that Histo is actually genuinely good. Like he's probably the cracked guy. This is the closest.
Oh yeah.
I think like this is probably the best jungler that we've gotten since Levi and Sophim. I think in the region just alone. Probably Junja was the only one who I mean like he already has many years of experience behind him, and like this guy actually improved a lot this split like this year compared to last year. He's actually kind of decreased the amount of ins plays he does. He's just very super consistent. He actually gets everyone ahead, which is kind of crazy, I think. Like it kind of reminds me of Inspired at the start of the season when he was basically solo carrying LYON to the finish line.
For sure.
I'm gonna do another 2 now, because there's 2 that we've.
Sure.
The next 2 teams we've all got them together. One difference though, one difference of opinion, which is stunning to me. But let's go. So
I just wanted to be a hipster, honestly. Like, I wanted to be different, but to be fair, I think they're pretty interchangeable.
Okay. So let's see who it is. So
I just wanted to bring some spice into this show.
Of course.
Like I have a bunch of like spicy takes in my rankings.
So we've got 7th place, LYON, and then 6th place, Karmine Corp. And the controversy we're talking about is because I'm looking at the list of like the exact picks. Armand had KC below the Frenchman. How could you?
Yeah, I'm a traitor. I'm a traitor to my country. Like
in that way, you've not replaced Ethan very well, because he would have had probably number 1.
Yeah, Casey would probably be like probably above the next team, like in 5th or something.
Yeah, like I mean, for me, so I mean, obviously I've watched like LEC the most, right? And I just I have weird feelings about KC. They could surprise. Like, to be fair, I can see a world where they like just out of nowhere even like beat T1 and qualify to the main event. Like, it's genuinely not out of question. I will say I think KC are potentially a world-class team, especially by the end of the year. I think they will be pretty fucking good. But right now, I'm not really hyped for KC. I think like most of their roster has been underperforming pretty hard. Like, I think Kana in particular was very surprising to me in the sense that like he's always been in the discussion with like best top laner in Europe, right? And like kind of like top gapping like everyone and stuff. But he's had a very weird split and like some very weird performances. And I think like against G2 in the LEC finals, he was one of the biggest reasons why they lost, actually. And it's really surprising to me. I don't understand what's going on really with him, but he's been underperforming. And aside from this, I just think as well that I need to see Karmine Corp play internationally first. Obviously, they had their first time 2025 run, right, which was pretty good. But I'm not gonna lie, I think most people would agree that like that run was not fraudulent, but it was very much helped by the fact that the format was a bit weird, right? And there was like not a lot of teams. And I think that second place at first time back then was not very indicative. And even then, we saw like Kalist, for example, like not have his best tournament back then from memory. And I think this year as well has had some moments where he's left a bit to desire. I feel like I think he can do better, and I want to see him like on the international stage. I want to see how he deals with like the pressure and everything. I know he said before, like in interviews as well, that he felt like last year in first time he was too under pressure as well. So I just want to see more. I want to see how they're gonna do. I think they have potential, but yeah, for now, just need to see how they perform, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like the silver lining for KC could be a silver lining. It could work the opposite direction. Is that if we're assuming it's
Yeah.
going to be them versus T1 for that one spot, and it's in Korea, like T1's the most scrutinized team in the world, but especially there of all places, and still only that one, that one Worlds win that they've got in Korea. But it was
Yeah.
a long time before they got one there, so maybe there's going to be extra pressure on T1. They've
If
not had the
there's
best year.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a moment to beat T1, it has to be in the play-in. Like, it's always like you have to cheese these wins out early on in the tournament before these teams can wrap up. I think if T1, yeah, I mean, that's my hot take as well, like for afterwards. But I genuinely think that if T1 gets out of play-in, they have a very good chance of winning the entire tournament because of momentum and everything. Like, they're not bad. They're definitely not bad. But if you catch them off guard, and have a better read in the play and get to beat them early on and eliminate them, then it's like huge. But I think it's doable. It's not impossible. Like the play-in is really, really short, right? Like you have 4 days and you play like almost every day. Probably there's gonna be like 1 or 2 days where you don't play because like they have lower bracket as well, right? But like yeah, it's hard to say what will happen. I feel I don't know. We'll see.
And if there's a time for Kana to step up as well, his old team, he was the one piece that was replaced before the ZOFGK roster as well.
Yeah.
Brutal.
There's a bit of storylines, but these players they'll never admit to it though. Like they'll always say like,
Yeah.
oh, like it's nice I get to see and face my old team and everything. But
Yeah, especially
sure.
the Korean ones as well.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
be
there's probably some blood in the water. It's
For me, KC, the biggest issue that I have with them right now is just that I feel like they have progressed for sure in what they've been strong at, which was always their team fighting and their way to kind of play the past the mid game. The issue that I have with KC is that they can't seemingly have they have no clue how to get stronger in the early game and actually snowball the leads. Whether that's Yike sometimes looking lost and then obviously kind of Skewmon specifically Skewmon or junglers who are able to exploit him, he just gets exploited very easily. He reminds me of Korean Canyon. He's basically European Canyon last year when Canyon was getting swept his ass by everyone because he was like doing the perma full farming route into gank into route like into farm into gank.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's like the how can you fix it. I think actually it's not entirely on him because I think, and I don't want to point fingers directly, but I think that the fact that Yaku has been struggling on the laning phase makes it harder for Yike to actually do stuff towards the mid lane because like Kana wasn't supposed to be the player you play with, I think, this year because of how the team is set up. Like Kana is kind of like should be compared to Ben, where you leave him on an island, you let him do his own thing. Regardless of what happens, he should be able to come out on like minor disadvantage or even or ahead. And that's kind of how it should be. So you want Yike to then play for mid and bot, but if you're not able to actually get the mid lane first and then enable him, enable Yahoo to actually do stuff, then it kind of becomes hard for everyone to actually do anything at all. So then you're resorted to kind of force Kalis to have to do 2v2s with Lucio, which can actually did go well most of the time. But then if you find a team who's actually really good at punishing whenever you try to get a little bit more volatile in the matchups by doing harsh, like more aggressive trades, then you're also more susceptible to getting ganked.
Yeah.
I'm not sure with the meta how that will change necessarily, because I think it actually benefits KC, but I still think that the Yahoo thing must be not like fixed, but I just think that they need to find some sort of way to not lose that hard.
Yeah, like to me, KC, it smells of like a, them being a confidence team. Obviously, it's very hard to speak on these matters because we're not in the team, right? So the only thing we can do is speculate and try to read between the lines. Um, One thing I've heard from like the KC coaches when they've given like interviews and stuff is that they talked a lot about working to improve like communication and stuff, and they even said like, oh yeah, Busio in particular like had to do a lot of work to get on the same page as a team as well in general. And I I hope they can find a way to fix that. I think that might have been also an issue in the LDC playoffs as well, like the finals especially, right? And uh, I think just the one thing that worries me is that this is kind of like one of the things that was wrong with KC last year as well. Like we talked a lot, we heard a lot about how like the team kind of mental boom right at the end of the year, and they had issues like working with one another and stuff. And I feel it shouldn't happen because like right, we replaced a lot of members already in the team, right? So I don't really understand how this is still seemingly an issue, but there seems to be some stuff around communication as well, at least from what coaches have said publicly as well. So I just hope they can fix it. But for now, I mean, I think they will probably be. They should have a good form. I think like right now there's gonna be like the adrenaline right of like being able to go internationally again. I know a lot of players have a lot they want to prove and stuff. So for now it should be fine. But I think if the momentum starts going badly, it could be worrisome for sure.
We had then obviously there as well LYON in 7th. Maybe we should chat a bit more about them. I'm glad that they're straight in the main stage at least, because they're a team like I just want to see how they do against bigger teams now, where they just keep. It's pretty clear that they Inspired is just like taking the piss in the LCS at this point, and he's just going to walk the title every time. And yeah, I want to see him against like proper opposition. So yeah, I'm just glad they're in the main stage. At least we'll get a couple of series of them rather than being in the play-ins knocked out or something.
Yeah, I think LYON are a bit underrated. I think just because in general, especially as European, we tend to like dismiss LCS teams a bit. I would say. I think
But
that
what's good with that is
they
that their
have
best
some
players
potential.
European, and they're not
Right.
they're not a US org. So it's got the two
Right.
the two things that make them nicer.
Yeah. Right. I mean, like I don't know. LYON are also a weird team. I feel like they probably should have a better showing at first 10 already. I think it's one of these teams, right, that should hopefully scale over the year a bit. I will say that IELTS in particular, I feel has done a lot better recently. The bot lane of LYON was a very big liability, I would say, at first 10. And I'm hyped to see how they do this time around because I think they've worked a lot around just the synergy in general, right, and how they play. And I'm excited to see how they do at MSI this time around. I would say, obviously, Inspired and Saint are the two highlights of the roster, right? Inspired, in my opinion, is still a world's caliber jungler. I think he's one of the best in the world still at this point. Saint has also impressed me quite a bit lately. I want to see more from him. Obviously, like first time was difficult. I hope that he's going to be able to be unleashed a bit more. But I would say like in the LCS, he was oftentimes a reason for them to win games. And finally, Dokla, to me, is kind of the wild card. I still don't think that Dokla is good enough for international. Genuinely, I think he's kind of one of these players that is like pretty good in the LCS, and he has some good games, but he's not like the flashy type of players, right? Like like even in LCS playoffs, like he's pulled out the like Sejuani top, right? Like no one is playing that in the world right now. Like he pulled out the Shen and stuff. He knows that his role is to like play weak side, play tanks and stuff, and he's gonna go down in CS. He's gonna lose lane every time, but he's playing for team fights as well and playing to impact the map and stuff. And like, sure, it works in the LCS, but I just don't think this works internationally. Like to me, like this kind of the things is what will probably also make games difficult for LYON, because if you end up against good top laners, and I feel like there are a lot of good top laners at this event, like you're just gonna get capped and you're just gonna lose lane, you're gonna average gold, and you're gonna lose your team the game. So that's the big issue I'm seeing. I'm pretty positive on the bot lane. I'm positive on Inspired and Saint working as a duo together. I'm not positive on Doka, even if he's looked pretty good lately in the LCS. I just think that this playstyle doesn't work internationally.
I
What are
agree,
we thinking?
but I know I actually agree, and that's why actually I put them below, because I think Kana can kind of do everything that Dokla does a little bit better, and he actually can win a couple of matchups if he's given the freedom to do it.
Yeah.
I think that you would need so much heavy lifting from Inspired again, which I think he will do it. I think he has the capabilities to actually pull it off. I just think that the line is more exploitable as a team for those reasons that you just said.
Yeah.
In a meta, in a tournament where I feel like you need to have very versatile players, both in place, like both in how they play the matchups, but most importantly in terms of champion pools. I think the teams that will have players who tend to have a more restricted champion pool, or they can only succeed on a certain amount of champion pool like champions, they will get punished more, because it's all BO5s, right? So even if like you get to a 3, you're down to an 0, you get to the third game, there's a chance that someone starts targeting like a given role, and then if no one else is actually able to step it up, then it gets like worse and worse, and then as you go into the series, it gets worse and worse and worse, and then at the end of like when you get to game 5, the trickiest thing is you actually don't know what to play, or you have to you either try to play something that you're comfortable with while trying to negate what the other team does, or but the other team will do the same thing. So in the end, it's always the team that knows how to play like those. It's either pocket picks or stuff that you can always default to.
Yeah.
I don't think Dokla has that. I don't think Pun has that. Like we were talking about KSW earlier. I think that, for example, case like Kana, Yike, Kalista, and Busio, and whoever else on KC actually do. So on like KC might not actually get to play like to the bracket stage, but this is kind of the reason why I put KC, because I think they're kind of a more all-rounded team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like LYON. Obviously, I don't think they're gonna go very far, but I think like KC LYON matchup would be very interesting, because I also think that Inspired would probably it would do nasty things to Yike right now.
I
like,
do. I definitely see that. No, I definitely see that.
Yeah, like it's all about mitigating the way that LYON can just completely ruffle stomp you in the early games. If you were to see like LYON KC, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, LYON and InCase are in the brackets, right? So we might not even see that matchup, unfortunately. But I still think, just off the fact that like Inspired is genuinely such a good jungler, and that I've seen improvements for the bot side as well to be more stable. I think they have like a better constant level than KC does. Like I think KC will need to step up, considering they've not really been on form. I would say. I mean, obviously they've had like pretty good playoffs, right? But I think like I don't know. I want to see more from them right now. I do edge out LYON for having this like international experience on Inspired. I think by himself he's just such an insane player. Genuinely, like to me, it's just so insane like what he can do to sway games like from the early game, even just all the way, right? I don't know. We'll see. I think for LYON, like a dream matchup would probably facing Top Esports but like I don't know how seeding works. Wait, oh no, because Top Esports are guaranteed to play against G2, right? I think that's what we saw.
Most likely yes, if T1 goes through, I think.
Right. Yeah. I don't even remember what are the matchups. I need to look that up actually. But yeah, like LYON is rough. I feel like God. Like if you go against Bin, like you're so cooked. I think even like Zeus and Kanavi, like yeah, even Doran is like he's had some pretty decent moments, honestly. Like he's maybe struggled a bit more like lately, I would say, but like still a very good player. Like it's very, very, very different. Like obviously, yeah. So far we've talked about all the teams that are struggling a bit.
Yeah, we're getting
I
to
guess
the
we'll
good ones.
probably move on. Right.
We're getting to the good ones, and actually the next one is the second of two that were unanimous, and it is,
Yeah.
and I will remember to show the screen. It is Top Esports in fifth, which typically, I guess, having an LPL second seed in fifth place would be, a bit of a hot take in itself, especially for it to be unanimous. But it's just that history, isn't it, that they just can't get away from, even with
It's so cursed, man.
even with roster changes where like those sorts of records shouldn't mean anything. It just does. I just don't know.
Man,
What?
there's so much reasons to doubt Top Esports, I would say, at this event. There's so many reasons.
What would be let's do reasons to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Why should we be optimistic first of all?
Tian. For Tian and Cream, legit. I think
Yeah.
Tian has literally been, I think, probably hot take, more consistent than Shun has been this split. In the like throughout, if you consider like regular season and playoffs, I think just the way that Tian has contributed to the team's success has been way higher than Shun did for BLG. Obviously, for Shun, it's also harder because if you have players like Bin and 19, your solo lanes standing out is kind of a struggle. But just I did not expect Tian, who kind of came out of not like retirement, but just basically off of pro play for a bit, managed to actually make this team functional. Top Esports is like with Kanavi, the team was functional, but just because it was Kanavi like doing inspired level shit where he's just like managing everyone. And Tian is actually now the opposite, where he, instead of the jungler, like the jungler makes the team makes plays around the jungler, it's actually the jungler who plays for the team. So it's kind of a positive thing that Top has been able to do this in a much very different way from how it used to do with another type of player. The fact that Jackie Love is back is obviously kind of guarantees you a good floor. Cream for me has been very good. Genuinely the second best mid laner in league. And finally we're starting to see the version that Cream was supposed to be, that people have been waiting for I don't know, like 2 years already. The question marks for me, which is why I put them fifth. I think it would have been.
What do you think of Fengyue actually? So
I like the guy. I think that he's very interesting. I just think that it's just a lack of experience. Like some of the stuff he does, I think he just overestimates or underestimates certain stuff. And that's because it's due to the lack of that experience of knowing how to read between the lines, I guess, when it comes to like very micro level decisions. That, for example, like someone like On or Keria would definitely have due to the amount of time they've played on stage. I genuinely think that I'm actually excited for the youngsters, because I just want to see how they do, because we never seen these guys at the internationals. it could make or break the entire team. Like honestly, I definitely see a world where just Tess just like drops the ball and then like loses to, like in terms of expectations, to like someone like LYON or KC, for example, or even maybe not Team Secret Wars and FURIA, those kind of teams, but just thinking, for example, like LCS definitely has a chance to beat Tess for me. If
it's the best
Zoyan
matchup
and
for
Feng,
LYON if they get it.
yeah, like if Feng or Zoyan do not show up. I actually think Zoyan did well most of the time. I just think that after the big exploit that he had initially, he kind of like dialed down. It's not like he's not
talk about this series against BLG. Like let's not talk about like how he played against BLG. I have like this game of Nico where he went like 11 deaths or something at the end of the regular season against BLG. Like it's engraved in my mind. So like that game was rough for him.
It's just that there's so much stuff about Tess that you're like, okay, let's just drop all expectations so that if they do anything that's slightly better, you'll be happy. You do the you just don't get. You're like it's like KT. Like you just gotta be down to earth and then just like accept any kind of result.
Yeah, I mean, like let's be honest. Like if G2 faces TES and were to lose against them, like that's a massive disappointment for G2, I would say, right? Like I think G2 should beat Top Esports. I think like that's the bare minimum, honestly. Like we have some strong expectations, I think, for G2. I see Davide like smiling and he's not responding.
I mean, bloody hell, look at first stand. After first stand, I
don't know, man. I just don't want to get. I don't want to get my hopes too high. We'll talk about it like in 2 minutes. I just feel like everyone is being so. Myself included. I might as well just go to the next one because like I think it's about time. I feel like people have been praising G2 because of what happened at first stand, but at the same time I feel like there's so many things that could go wrong. And
it's true.
I'm positive and optimistic in the sense that I don't think most of the bad things that I'm worried about will happen. It's just that there is a chance.
Man, I don't know.
It's not like it's not like we actually have a super team that can actually go against the top teams. Like yes, we do, but what about BB? What about our bot lane? What about if Caps has an off game?
What like about Zuyan? Like who cares about Zuyan? Like the fucking
no, but
random,
like
bro.
I mean, whatever. I guess Tess it's fine. I guess it's like I don't think even if G2 is not in best form, I think Tess is beatable. I just think that
you just need momentum. You get one win, you win the entire thing.
I feel like some people have been like putting G2 a little bit like higher than the top 4. I'm not sure in terms of expectations, especially Lee, which we'll go into a little bit later. But it's like, I don't know. I'm just genuinely a little bit terrified. Like Skumon is honestly, I think the best player. I think Skumon is better than Inspire for me.
I agree. Oh yeah. I mean, I think I have very hot takes about Skumon.
I think they're kind of two different players. But if I had to choose one, I would probably prefer having Skumon.
Yeah. Okay, just to close the Top Esports chapter as well, like I genuinely think that Top Esports once again, unfortunately, will be the fraud of this tournament. Like genuinely, like obviously we already know they have an history of choking, but at this point, if they lose to Western teams, I don't even see it as choking. Like I just don't think they are on the level, like genuinely. Like I could see them losing to LYON. I could see them losing to G2. I could see them losing to KC as well. Like to me, Top Esports is a team that kind of just got handed an MSI qualification because JDG has been shitting the bed, and because WE like out of nowhere had like this insane overperformance, right? And they were like for some reason BLG's kryptonite. like I don't think top esports are that good. Like genuinely, I think they just kind of were in the right place at the right time, and they got that spot when they honestly like looking at the split and everything. I don't feel like they deserve it that much. Like they haven't looked very great or consistent to me. I think the fact that like 369 just randomly rage quit the team after that loss in the like EWC qualifier or whatever, like, and they had to put in Zuyan like at the last minute. Like to me, that's already indicative that this team has like potentially some internal issues. And I haven't been impressed by Zuyan as well. Like I think he's fine, but is he Bulls caliber, like international caliber? I don't think so. I don't know. He hasn't shown anything that really indicates it to me so far. I mean, maybe he's gonna have an insane tournament, right? Like maybe he's gonna be completely popping off and cracking heads, I guess. But like, I need to see more from him. And I think top esports are by far the most beatable Eastern team at the tournament. If you don't count the LCP, obviously, like if you are a LEC or LCS team at this tournament, like you have to tell yourself that there is no shot you lose to this team. Like if you don't have at least the ambition to fucking smash top esports head into the fucking ground, like you're not gonna do anything. Like you have to beat this team. Like this is the easiest opponent to beat, like by far. There's genuine just I don't know. It's kind of
I
like
mean,
it is the
perfect first opponent for G2, like 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd rather
Yeah.
they'd rather top than like let's imagine T1 don't get through the play-ins and like maybe that becomes like the worst. Whoever gets through becomes like the worst bracket team. I'm sure they'd still rather you'd still want to beat an LPL team in your first game, like perfect momentum.
Oh my god! I will say something that I might regret later, and like it pains me to say, but like G2 versus TES, if we get that matchup, the thing that scares me the most is mid lane, and I'm not joking. I think Caps has looked very off. I don't think he's been showing very great level, and as you said, Cream is doing pretty well. I think that could be the way G2 loses, and it scares me, and it feels weird to say, but I genuinely think that this could be a lose condition for G2 against TES.
I see. No, I can see that. I think Caps has been like I was saying before. I think they looked a bit off. Like I think even the G2 that we got in the LEC spring final was not peak G2. Like we had a super strong series from Skewmon, but I think he was the only one who was consistently good among all 5 games. I think all the other members kind of had some off here and there, and Caps had a super awful game. I think there was one game I don't remember which one, but he had one very bad one, and then the other ones were fine. So
Caps is just he's so weird, man. Like sometimes he's fucking faker, and like other times he just looks so like lost. I don't know. Like I just hope he's gonna be able to show up well at MSI. I think it's possible that like the small period that he had where like he had some off games could just go away magically. Honestly, like it's kind of a thing of like form and like momentum and everything. But like, yeah, I could see it being an issue. Like I could see it. But maybe we should move on to talk more about G2, right?
Yeah. So I think we've revealed them as 4th. You guys both had them 4th. Yeah. I had them 3rd, and actually this is getting into the top 4 is when there is a few differences.
You have them over T1, man.
Yeah, you had them over T1 and was like, bro,
listen, the LCK is not the LCK that's been the last few years. It's the LCK itself is more open. Like T1 aren't coming in being like hugely convincing over other teams that missed out. T1 they've got that.
I mean, G2 did 6-0 the LCK at first time.
True.
They did.
True.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like they'll beat Top Esports. That will give them more confidence. T1.
Yeah.
Maybe they crumble on home soil. Maybe the pressure gets to them. Maybe they get through play-ins, but it's like a shaky series against KC, and they go into the top 8, not feeling their best. I don't know. I'm hot on G2.
I can see it. Like for me, G2's expectations are like anything above top 4, like top 4 or above, anything after that, it's super fine. I just don't want to see like G2 go lose, lower, out. That would be like the worst thing you could ever ask. Even like
Well, that would be a disaster
lose and
even
win.
in another year where they hadn't had a really good
yeah, but
performance
like
a few
even
months ago.
losing, like even if you do lose win in the lower and then you lose the second round, I still think it's very bad. Like,
I mean, I'm looking at the like playoff scenarios, and if T1 gets out of plane, which is the most expected scenario, right? Normally the second matchup would be LCK1, which is Hanwha Life, against a team from Pool 3, which is Secret Trials of FURIA. So that's the bracket. So if we get T1 getting out of plane, we'll get G2 TES, and if they win, they will probably have to face Hanwha Life in round 2 as well, by the way. So just so we were clear on that.
yeah, I think that's fine. Like we get to test. I just like test our the skills, I guess, our level against the second seed, who's supposed to be weaker than HLE for sure. I just don't.
Yeah.
The way what I want to see from G2 is actually if they're able to kind of break the meta. I've been saying this a lot. I feel like G2's actually biggest strength at international is the coaching staff. They're always super good at coming up with these crazy angles because they actually study the meta and try to like theocraft a lot, and they try to do it way faster than other teams. So if that ends up working, G2 gets a very big lead or a big edge for at least like one series or two series. Like, because you're going to be playing
defense rate first hand, right?
Yeah, you're going to be playing like series very quickly. So other teams might not actually be able to adapt, or will have to basically adapt as they play on stage. And that means that technically, if G2 is very comfortable in playing what they've trained, they will have an advantage. I think that's if we want to have a shot at getting something above the top 4. I think that's how we do it. Because I don't think, honestly, like we individually speaking, if we're talking about players, I think the only one who can actually reliably go up against in terms of like raw skills is Qmon. Is our boy Qmon. Like it's legit the only one. I don't think even Caps right now can. He can probably match Faker in terms of like skills. I don't think he can match the other two.
Yeah, my hot take for G2 is that, I mean, obviously Qmon is the best member of this team right now, but I think the second most impacting, which, I mean, technically, I guess the second most impacting would probably just be the coaching staff. But if we're talking about players, like I think Hansama and Nabrov are underrated. Like they have some very bad moments for sure still, but I think like when they are at their peak, they are like genuinely very good, and we saw them like even at first 10 and stuff like have some very good games, and I think they could be a very strong avenue for G2 if they play well as well. I mean, it depends on Caps level. Like it really depends what kind of Caps we see. And Broken Blade. I mean, Broken Blade is I think for some time he's felt like he's a bit past his prime. He's still like a decent member of the team, right? But he's definitely not a win on most of the time. It feels a bit more like he's an enabler for the team at this point. And yeah, I'm a bit scared of how he's gonna show up, especially against like Bin or things like that. I mean, obviously TS like Zuyon is definitely fine, but yeah, I mean, we saw Broken Bing against Bin at first end during finals, and it was not pretty. It was very, very much not pretty. So we'll see, I guess. And even against Genji, like right, he played like Sign, he played Cassante, and he played Shen. Like he only plays tank champions. That's it. Like that's how he wins. I don't know. Very conservative ranking for G2. First hand they perform really well, but it's also, as you said, I feel like their ability of reading the meta and when the tournament is so short and you play these matches back to back and it's little time to adapt, I feel like that's something that worked in their favor. And for MSI, even if it is still a pretty short tournament, there is more time. It's more so around like 2 weeks ish, right? So, and even before that, there's like playing and everything, and teams arrive earlier on. They have more time beforehand to scrim and stuff. So we'll see. I'm still hopeful that G2 could do decently. That they can for sure beat top esports.
You know what makes a difference as well? Let's imagine T1 get somewhere in the bracket, G2 against T1. Faker's walking up to the stage. He looks across, and he has to double take. He's thinking, "Wait, is this 2019?" He's just seen Caps walk on stage with Perks in the same group.
So what you're saying is that we're gonna get G2 versus Team Liquid in the finals. Is that it?
It's possible. It's possible.
It's possible. It's like, it's like this Doctor Strange meme where he's like goes in meditation mode and he analyzes like 3 trillion like scenarios and stuff. He's found one scenario where we get TLG2 in the finals.
Every other team breaks their hands. That's the one scenario.
Yeah, fucking everyone gets sick at the same time. There's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, just but off air we were talking about. I just came back from Masters London in Valorant. There they had the opposite. G2 players got ill and people called them G flu. I thought was quite good.
He flew.
Because it's like it's happened to them before as well. It's like not the first time they've got ill and like underperformed.
Fucking hell.
Brutal.
That's rough.
Yeah, G2 Valorant is very very cursed. I feel like
they got given like the easiest run possible to a top 3, and they just completely fucked it. Went out of the tournament without a win.
It's fine.
So they're taking all the bad luck, so that G2's league division doesn't have.
I've seen the vlogs. The players seem to be doing fine. I hope they don't catch anything over the next few days. Also, it's not going to be cold. It's going to be hot as fuck in Seoul as well. So if it shouldn't be flu, it will be something else probably if it's anything. Unless they have too much indoor air condition. Yeah, and then you
can
get
the Daejeon Convention Center as our
All right, let's go to the final 3, and I feel like we just do these all at once because they are a little bit all over the place. So there's not really a consensus in any of them. So let's just do them quickly. So third place ended up being T1, but like just to give a glimpse, there's only one of us that put them in third place. So this is like the averages of they're doing the job here. So T1 third place, second place is Hanwha Life. And that leaves first place for BLG. But even there, I'm the only one that's got BLG first. And that was quite shocking, I felt.
To be honest, I think that is kind of, it really depends on the day. I think all 3 of these teams can win the tournaments. Like, you can make an argument for all 3 of them. And it's funny because all 3 of us have one of them, like, like a different team winning, right? So it makes sense. But I think if you take current level and like overall like stability, BLG first doesn't surprise me. I could definitely see them.
As much as anything, it's because I just want them to do it, so that because I want a golden road to happen. So I'm kind of willing them to be first.
Yeah, I think Hanwha Life as well has looked very good this bit, but I can see them. I can sense that they can choke. Like we've seen it Hanwha Life and internationals very often like underperform, I would say. And we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about there. Obviously, I could see any of them. Personally, I mean, I've put T1 first. That's the big hot take, right? Like, everyone is a bit surprised by that. Um, I just sense something. I think like T1 has been ramping up slowly, and it sucks a bit that we like because of the format we didn't get like a rematch in the finals and stuff for the first seed. I mean, obviously, Hanwha Life did beat T1 before, but I think T1 has been ramping up, and I think they've been looking pretty decent. And I just, to be honest, like trust the clutch factor for T1 and their ability to just lock in when it's to international play. Like to me, I just see them as this team that will arrive there on home soil as well with like the best management of the pressure, I feel, and they are for sure like it honestly it's a very like vibe like prediction, honestly. Like it's not based on current form, it's not based on gameplay. I just from vibes feel like T1 could just take it home. Like I think they're not a team to be underestimated for sure, and it will depend on the play-in results as well. I think if you can get a lot of momentum from play-in and you can get like a meta read as well early on, it can really carry your tournament forward afterwards as well. So yeah, we'll see. But what do you both have to say about all this?
Go on, Davide. Why Hanwha Life first?
Honestly, had a big spent like 5 minutes thinking about the top three, because I think all three of them have a chance to win it.
Yeah.
I believe that T1 will actually get stronger. So initially, I think T1 at the start of planes it could be a closer level to G2 in terms of what I would expect from them. If they actually go through planes and they start ramping up, as Armand was saying, I need them to actually be able to fight closely to BLG actually. Like I don't need them to win necessarily. I just need to like the series to actually be super close in game. It doesn't even have to be record wise, just in game. Because in Road to MSI, HLE was clearly a step ahead. And I think the main issue with T1 was two primarily. First, owner not looking in his best form and actually losing the clutch factor that he has always been known for, which he kind of regained in the series against Genji, I think, even though he still had some very weird games. The second thing for me is the fact that unlike BLG and HLE, Doran for me is more of a liability by going back to what I said about flexibility and versatility in draft. It's not like he's being bad. I think that he's very comfortable doing the weak side to the point where actually I think he's better than Zeus on the weak side. I just think when it comes to best of fives, you need to be able to have Doran on carries or like on a counter matchup and actually trust him that he'll win it. I actually think that T1's bot lane could be the best at the tournament. Because Hayes, for me, like, has finally, over the past 1 month and a half, I think, we're starting finally see the real pace that we were expecting from the start of the season. And I think that goes just because the two, both Pace and Carrier, have been like honing and getting like that synergy on, and obviously Carrier just being Carrier. No question about that.
It's just the GOAT.
Exactly. And then the other thing for me is
I swear Carrier just gets bored sometime though. Just has this like some really weird games sometimes, but yeah.
And then And then the other thing for me is actually Faker. Like Faker is fine. Like I think he does his job. I think that however, his laning phase has gotten a little bit weaker compared to previous years. Um, and just like we said about Yahoo earlier, the same kind of logic applies to Faker for me, in the sense that if he's not able to get that laning phase and try to find those edges, then there's a chance that owner gets affected by it, and then everyone else is affected um, by this kind of being a hindrance. So for me, actually, T1 champion pool wise, I think is actually the one with the most amount of picks. Also, pays Aphelios is getting buffed, even though I think like we're talking about a champion that Guma plays, that Viper plays super well and got a skin and has a skin on it, and then plays super well. So I'm not really sure about what the ADC priority will look like. I just think that it will be somewhat different. I just think that among the three top teams, T1 is the one that relies on the bot lane more often than the other teams. HLE relies on its jungler mainly, and then in order for me, it's jungler, mid, ADC. For BLG, it's mid, top, ADC, and then for T1, it's bot, mid, jungle. So it's just a matter of who can play to their strengths better or negates the other strength more, which is why I think they all three belong in the same tier. I think overall for me, in terms of versatility, like I said before, I think BLG is the best, just because they can. I think the level of expectance, or like the level of that you can pull off on whatever draft you're throwing at them, they can literally play to a very high level just because they got the players to do it. You got
they
Knight.
just have such good fucking players. It's so insane, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think Shun and On actually will be the ones with the most pressure on BLG side. For example, in a BLG HLE matchup, like for me, the ones that I will be looking at for sure are Shun and Kanavi, and then Zeka and Knight, because I think even more than Bean and Zeus, because I think the meta has been very about the mid lane enabling the teams. I don't think that's changing much. But we're starting to see buffs on champions that both Zeka and Knight play a lot. Syndra, Sylas, Akali's got meta. Like the Orianna, Ryze, Cassiopeia, those kind of mages are all getting nerfed, and they're all getting like weaker. So I think the mid lane pool will kind of change, and I think overall BLG and HLE will benefit from it more than T1. On the other hand, I think T1 will benefit from the bot lane changes, just because like hyper carries will become more relevant. So it's just a matter of who shows up more on the day, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think HLE will actually be the one to do it, just because I think they've been just on super strong momentum, and like Kanavi knows how to beat the Chinese junglers. I feel like he has been like he has been benchmarking. Yeah, he has been benchmarking the entire LPL for so many years that I think it will be kind of easier for him to actually do it against BLG.
That's actually so crazy, by the way. Like that Kanavi, because wait, this is actually his first year playing in the LCK, no? Like he's never played in the LCK before.
He was just loaned out before he'd not even played for Griffin.
Did he play I think he probably played a game or two on Griffin.
I don't think he played.
No,
I don't think he ever did.
Never played. He debuted on JDG and he played there like for years afterwards.
Just contract jail at Griffin.
True.
Yeah, that's actually so insane to think about, that Kanavi like is debuting in the LCK this year. Like this is his rookie LCK year. That's so weird to say. I don't think he qualifies, unfortunately, for rookie. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm listening to all this, and I can definitely hear your arguments and stuff, but to me, like HLE doesn't. They don't pass the vibe check to me. They just don't pass the vibe check. I don't know. Like I think out of the top three, to me, they feel like the least likely to win. I think, like, okay, I put T1 first simply because of the track record internationally, honestly, and I think they've still been pretty good in the LCK, like in the regular season and stuff. And we barely got to see anything from them in the playoffs. I hate how the format works, honestly. Like it sucks. But I think, yeah, T1 has the potential for momentum. But if I were to actually listen to my brain, to me, BLG are probably the most likely to win. Like I generally think that BLG has so much potential. Like they, to me, have like some of the best players in the world in several positions. Like I think Bin right now is for sure the best top laner in the world. Um, I believe Knight is the best mid laner in the world as well right now. I think Viper is pretty much up there as well. He's been looking better and better. The only two that like you can maybe discuss more are Shun and On. And even then, On is like pretty fucking good as well. Like we often like kind of downplay him because he has some weird plays sometimes, but I just honestly think that he's so fucking good as well. And Shun is just good with the team in general. Like he has his moments as well, and he just works well with this roster. Like to me, BLG, like the roster they form is like a roster that like I mean, honestly as well, just for the sake of the LPL, this roster needs to do good internationally. They need to win Worlds this year. Like it's so fucked if T1 wins again, bro. Like or if like Genji or HLE wins, like it's so cooked for the LPL if they don't win. I just I have some hopes in them. Even if they've met their kryptonite against WE, you know, like in the LPL playoffs. I think they've been ramping. I mean, not even ramping up. They've been playing well from the start, and it, to me, they seem like the most likely to win. But I still do believe in T1, uh, which I guess I'm contradicting myself a bit. But HLE to me, it just feels very reminiscent of like Genji, in the sense that they have the capacity to completely shit the bed sometimes, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I don't
not
know if
not
they.
not at Worlds, not at MSI then. If you go by that
Yeah,
logic.
that is true. That is true. But yeah, Kanavi for sure. To me, enough. Ha. I have some hot take for best jungler in the world. I think it's between Kanavi and Skumon personally. I think Skumon is
Wait, hold up,
legitimately in
hold
the
up, hold
question.
up, hold up, hold up.
I legit think that Skumon is in talks for best jungler in the world right now. I legit think this actually, but I don't know.
I look forward to hearing more on that shortly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a good point to transition over into our lane rankings, and we can just go in order, starting with the top lane, especially because this should be like probably the easiest number one. Maybe mid lane is roughly on par. Are you any protests to sticking Bin right in there?
Nope. Absolutely
Just put
no
him
for
in
me.
first place. Just put him in first place, man. What he does is so nasty. This guy is so good. I hate this guy, man. I hate him so much.
A bit rude.
The question is after first place because that's already a bit more of a question. But I think I mean, looking at the tournament players, I would say it's probably Zeus. What do we think?
I would say it's this.
Yeah, so I was also looking. So just to peek behind the curtain again, the lane rankings we've not got predetermined. The three of us. There is a hot spawn ranking that's already happened with the hot spawn people. So that's myself, Davide, Ilias, and Luca, and that's one I'm looking at kind of as my guide point.
reference.
And on that one, everybody had
Yeah.
Bin first. Everybody had Zeus second.
Yeah.
Yes.
So far, I mean, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So far. What about the third name then?
The third is where it got a bit wild on our previous ones.
I mean, I don't.
And not that wild, actually.
I don't even think it's that much of a question, to be honest. To me, it has to be Doran. Like, if you look at the tournaments, otherwise, like, who else could it be?
Bro, Lee tilted the F out of me with his third pick. Try to guess who he put. Who did he put? Try to guess who he put.
My God. I mean, you have to have put either Broken Blade or Kana, I feel. Oh my God,
No,
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 shot.
no, no,
No
no.
shot.
But you're
There's
right.
no shot,
It
bro.
wasn't. So I wasn't the only one that must have tilted Davide then, because
Did you
Luca,
put Kana third?
I put Kana, and Luca put Broken Blade. So that's where we had a bit of all over the place. Davide and Ilias both
I
had
mean,
Doran.
like, Luca tilted me by putting Doran 5th, I guess, from my side at least, because like,
Wait,
as much
Doran
as
5th? Hold on a second. What the fuck?
he put
Who do
BB
you
and
put
Kana,
ahead of him?
he put BB and Kana over Doran. I'm
What
not going
the
to
hell?
question that. I'm not going to question that just because Doran ended up being
What?
3rd overall.
What the
But
hell, even?
I did stop a few seconds and I was about to text him the other day when
Yeah,
he put the
it took me a
rankings.
few seconds to like properly process this in my mind just now. Like I was like, wait, 5th place? What are we saying? Like, okay. 4th place is where it gets tricky, I think. I
Because
think
go.
yeah, I think if you talk about potential like normal level of play, it has to be Kana. But Kana has looked so weird, man, lately. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's so
I think
weird.
he's got,
but
but
also
he's got the point to prove. That's my differential for him.
Yeah. The thing is, I can't see myself putting Broken Blade either in like 4th place. That feels very criminal. So like
So he ended up
default,
in 5th place in our wider rankings, but that was like, but yeah, Luca having him 3rd did very heavy lifting there.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like, do you just have to put Zuyon there? I don't think so. I think it has to.
I put Zayon.
Yeah, maybe.
Just because
I don't know.
just because I think that the amount of pressure that you find in the LPL among top laners is higher, even though he
Yeah.
didn't really like stand out. I still think that individually speaking, I'm not generally speaking about like how much he does for the team, does better than what I've seen from BB and Kana.
Yeah,
And
I
you
don't
said that
think-
Kana looked weird, and actually that's the reason why I put BB over Kana, even though I think that potential-wise, Kana should be the one higher.
You know, that's actually what I did as well. I'm looking at like what I prepared, and I got Bin, Zeus, Doran, Zuyan, Broken Blade, but like I feel so off about putting Broken Blade 5th. Like I swear it should be Kana 5th. Like
Yeah, same.
man, I don't know. Like Broken Blade low-key looked a bit better lately. Like I don't know. But yeah, I think Zuyan 4th is probably safe play.
I just think that the reason why I think BB looked better is also the weak side meta thing, because like BB has always been a good weak side player for me, just because I think over the years he has kind of been used to that kind of playstyle, and so when he has to play for the team, you know that he's going to do a pretty good job at making sure that that happens very consistently.
Yeah.
If you give him like his own pocket picks like the Clad, you'll know that he'll do well. But as soon as you move him onto a counter matchup, that gets more volatile. When it comes to counter matchups, I think Kana does that job better, but he hasn't done that recently, which is why I had to take points off of him, because I'm not expecting him to be able to do this. If he's not hasn't been able to do this domestically, why would I believe that he can do that internationally?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of rough. I mean, I don't fucking know, man. But I mean, I think we probably stick to that. We probably stick to Bin, Zeus, Doran, Zuyan, and
BB.
They could just put him half and half in there.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look at the screen, bro.
What if we do this? We just don't commit.
Bro, you put Morgan.
Bro, that's
my
bro.
God.
Wrong Korean, bro.
Bro, no.
They're little
Shit.
pictures. I'm on a little screen, man. Oh.
no, Lee is cancelled. Lee is cancelled, man.
By the way, just to give some of the crazy takes that we've put, 2 people put Florin last. I put him 9th. I put him above Guigo and Pun. There was a chance I would have put Florin over Dokla as well, which I put 8th. I put Morgan 7th. Elias put Morgan 6th above Broken Blade.
Okay, but Elias is literally just like, bro, he's such a Korean fanboy, like Korean and Chinese
that's
fanboy.
very true.
Like,
That's very true.
I swear, Elias has not even watched Morgan play a single time, and you just put him because he's Korean, bro. Like, I swear. I know Elias, bro. Like, this guy. Nah. Elias, if you're listening to this, bro, like, whatever.
I'm just glancing at his jungle ones next to see if that tracks, and it's
Ooh,
it's
that's gonna be the spicy
jungle
ones.
mid. That's a pretty good.
I have
there's
2
a bit of a
Western
pattern.
players in my top 5. Let's go.
Let's go for it. Hold on, give me 1 sec. That I
move.
need to rearrange myself for a moment. Hold on.
I'm actually surprised for the jungle. Just to give you that Elias is a big owner fanboy. I'm actually surprised he didn't put him first.
Bro, I
Big
low-key,
restraint.
like,
Big restraint.
if we're talking recent forms, like, okay, I'm gonna get this out of my chest. I need to say it. If we're looking at current form, looking at the junglers at the tournament, Owner is not in the top 5. I don't care. He's not in there. He's just not.
Nah,
No.
bro, you can't. No. I mean, you can't say he's not in the top 3, and I can accept that. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me he's better than Tion or Yaik. Like, he's worse. Sorry.
I mean, no, but like, okay, okay, like,
I'm going to clip it, and you're going to get ass blasted on social.
No.
I was literally just
But,
typing the timestamp for it already.
Fuck. Okay, bro. Like, I think first, second is difficult. I genuinely see. I think you have to put Kanavi first, probably. Holy shit! What is going on?
I don't know what I've done there.
I think it has to be Kanavi first.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Kanavi first. It's like for me, Kanavi's like Bin, like undisputed first, like no shot.
But I swear to fucking God that Skumon has the potential to be first as well. Like, I genuinely think it's like I'm riding this train until the end. Like, we need some fucking European hopium once in a while. I think like fucking Skumon is generally a generational talent, and I genuinely think he has what it takes to be the best jungler in the world. And I think he's already shown it quite a bit. And I want to see how he does at this tournament. But to me, Skumon has to be number 2 right now. You have to put Skumon number 2. Not even kidding.
We did both have him top 5, Davide and I.
I'm looking at mine because I put Shun 2nd, Owner 3rd, and Skumon 4th.
I had Shun 3rd as well. But I think
yeah, for me, like, the debate, like, for me, Shun is the 2nd just because of what he's expected as a BLG jungler. For me, the Owner Skumon thing was a lot more debatable. I put Owner 3rd just because what I've seen from him at Road to MSI was not the Owner I'm expecting to see at MSI. If it's the Owner that we got at Road to MSI, he's probably 5th. And then Skumon slots into 3rd. I just think that they're extremely close to me.
Like, obviously, no disrespect to Owner. Like, bro, he's still a really fucking good player, and he can lock in sometimes. But I swear, like, lately, he's just not been himself. And I want to get some
Ever
hot
since
takes in
Xin
there.
ever since Xin Zhao got nerfed, the guy played like 12 games of Xin Zhao and like nine or 10 wins out of 12 or something. If I remember correctly, like the guy. So I genuinely think that the champion pool he got hurt a bit by the meta changes. I'm not really sure whether we will see like him back to
Yeah,
the usual stuff, which is
yeah. I
my
mean,
question
his
mark.
form is going to be the biggest question mark, anyways, for T1 to do good at MSI. I would say, but yeah, I don't know. I mean,
What about
I
Jun?
can see
Jun
Shun
second,
second as well.
and Skewmond will put third.
But
Armand.
yeah, if you
Yeah, I
don't put
think
Skew on third, like I'm rioting.
he's
Though,
going
like,
to riot. Yeah, of course. I think
yeah,
at least for me, I think it's something that I can see. Like for me, it's like Kanavi in a league of its own, and then it's like
Yeah.
Shun Skewmon owner, kind of belonging to the same like class, like ladder A tier, S tier, like S minus tier, basically.
What does that leave fourth
The
then?
question for
Does
me,
that mean
yeah.
owner slots in fourth?
yeah, I think owner slots in fourth.
Man, like I don't know. I genuinely think that Inspired as a is a way to be in the top 5. Like I don't think
You,
it's
I think the
too
debate
insane
is
to say
very
that.
clear now. It's either Tian or Inspired, I would assume.
I mean,
Right.
honestly, for me, the debate was more Tian or Orner. Like honestly, if you're looking at current form,
Okay.
I mean, man, I don't know.
Because actually,
know,
I've put Inspired over Tian. As much as I think Tian has done a lot of good stuff for Tess, I think he's a little bit more one-dimensional compared to other players in this ranking specifically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Tian has always been
definitely...
the I play for the team, I play for tempo, I play high tempo, which is like the meta right now, so he's getting very rewarded. But I haven't really seen him outside of this, and I feel like last year, for example, when it wasn't like that, he struggled a lot more. In comparison, like I feel like both the owners Kumon, Shun, and Inspired did better last year when it was off other metas.
Yeah.
Which is why I put Inspired fifth.
Yeah, I'm
logic.
down for Inspired fifth as well. In a world where Owner is fourth, which I guess we're assuming that like he has a better performance that he's had recently in playoffs. Then yeah, I think Inspired is fifth as well. I think obviously Tian is like honorable mention. He's pretty close behind. He's definitely still a good player. Yeah, and actually no, you know what? Fuck you. Honorable mention is fucking Tattoo or Jose Diodo, bro. Like these guys are cracks. Yeah, Jose Diodo or fucking Tattoo, bro. I fucking love these guys. Like Loki. Okay, they're not gonna do anything at MSI, bro. But like, I don't know. I feel like Jungle is like maybe the strongest role.
I think
I
wanted to have this discussion because I think genuinely speaking, like Jungle is the most stacked role at this tournament.
Actually, it's not
and
even
and
close.
not even close. Because I was looking at our rankings and seeing like Tattoo and Histo being at the bottom. Like Pop 9 was the lowest, and I don't think like I said before when we were talking about DCG, I don't think Pop 9 was the like a bad player per se. I just think that Tattoo, Histo, Jose, Yike were all better than him, and like are expected to be better than him anyway.
Wait, Loki, can you put the tier list again? Like, can we rank the other junglers while we're at it? Like, just like no need to like put some insane stuff like on the graphic or anything, but we just like
put them in order below. I think from left to right 6. I think Tian is 6.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, just drag it super to super side. Yeah.
Yeah. That's already a question afterwards.
I still think it would be Yike. I think it would be for me the debate is Yike and Jose.
For me the debate is Yike and Tattoo Loki. But I think Jose is very good as well. But I don't know. I think Jose Diodo and Tatu are very, very good in their own right. And I think they're pretty equal. I see them pretty equal. And then, yeah, unfortunately, it's Isto and Pop Knight is the very, very worst.
I'm going to tilt you, but actually I put Histo over Tattoo.
I think the Tattoo slander is criminal, actually. And next time I see you at event, we're gonna fist
It's
fight.
on site.
It's fine.
No, I genuinely like both players. I just think that for me it's like a preference thing.
Yeah.
I just think the way Histo plays is more akin to what I would like to see from a jungler.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of like being super aggressive and trying to just like snowball leads, my question or like the debate would be: is the competition in the LCP or the competition that he still had to go against better than the one that Tato had to face in the CBLOL?
yeah.
You know.
Okay. I just looked at the time though. I think you have to go in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
no?
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Okay,
We can.
we do like
come on.
yeah, 5 minutes on each one.
Let's
Just the last thing to point out on
speed
here,
this up.
just so I'm not the only one that did a production fuck up. What exactly is the jungle lane, Davide? Come on, mate.
Jungle lane rankings? Huh? What the fuck
Shocking.
is going on over there?
My
Shocking.
bad. My bad.
Okay,
Wow.
mid lane is ready to
Unforgivable.
go. Mid lane, this is another one where number
Guys,
one's
please
bang on,
don't
right?
clip me on the owner thing. I beg you, please don't clip me on this, bro. I don't want to get fucking tortured alive on Twitter, bro. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
bro,
sorry.
we'll make it. We'll take it.
No.
100%.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, night
Yeah,
number
I
one,
mean,
I'm
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Whatever, there's no question about it.
what do you reckon number
honestly.
two? Because number two was unanimous actually in our written ones.
Zeka? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Zeka. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Zeka for me.
And then number three, man, Loki Cream. What do you think? Loki Cream is pretty good. I mean, it's Cream or Faker, I feel, right? Obviously, but like, I don't know. Like Faker, as you said, like he's not as much of a lane player. He's still very fucking good, but it depends. Yeah, if we're talking about like importance for the team, then it should still be Faker third. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I put Faker, but like for me, I think actually it messed up because like I put Faker, Caps, and Cream in mine, like in this order. But now that I think of it, I think that putting Cream fifth is kind of like criminal.
Yeah, I agree
Even
with
that being said, though, like the test curse thing,
Yeah.
I took that into consideration initially, which is why I had to drop him a position by default.
Yeah, but
And
we're
then I said,
talking
okay,
individual
I can.
players.
And then I said, okay, I cannot put Caps over Faker because that doesn't make
You
much
can.
sense to me. I don't think in this case.
Oh, I don't
So
think so.
Faker had to go third, Caps went fourth, and then Cream went fifth.
Bro, I don't know. Like, this is so hard. This is so fucking hard as all. I don't know. No, I think we have to put Faker third still. Like,
Yeah.
Faker is still
You
fucking
gotta
good,
respect the
bro.
GOAT, man.
Yeah. And then, but I think Cream slots in fourth, though. I think you have to put in Cream
Yeah,
fourth.
I think it makes sense. I think like fourth and fifth are interchangeable to me. Like both are fine.
What? Cream fourth?
Wait, who do you have
Cream
fifth?
fourth. Lee doesn't know who Cream is.
I'm checking.
Oh,
I'm not making mistakes again, man.
Bro, wait, I can't see. Yeah, okay, no, you're right.
I didn't
That's
actually check in the end either.
I have to like
Nah, I'm
squint because
joking.
the screen's like low quality. But
Oh my god,
are you guys sure it's Caps fifth? By the way,
it is.
I think yeah. Like I don't think like
I think Saint is pretty close behind, like in peak form. But yeah,
I think
it's
I
still
think
should be Caps.
I think overall like for Saint it's also first international.
That is true.
I think there's like
Well, second technically. He did go to first stand, right?
Okay,
But yeah.
I think it's like for me, the caps that we've seen in finals, hopefully is not the one we see here, because otherwise it would be boring for
Yeah.
G2 as a whole.
Yeah, no,
And I
I'm fine
wouldn't
with
want it.
this. I'm fine with this, but I still do think that Saint has potential to be pushing for that 5th place as well. Like it's not that far. And then the rest, yeah, I think that's pretty clear. The rest are not top 5 worthy. Kyahu still has a lot of growing pains, right? He's
Yeah.
definitely not in question yet. I do wish him to be. I think Quid is pretty underrated as well, to be fair. I think Quid is pretty fucking good. Maybe even more so than Saint, actually, in some games as well. So, yeah, to me, the rest of the ranking is like maybe Saint, Quid, and then Kyo. And then the rest, let's see. I mean, I think the rest are pretty bad, to be honest. Like the last 3, Dire, Hongso, and Toots are not great. Let's say I think Dire might be the worst though. If I had to pick one out, I genuinely think that,
I put Dire worst as well.
yeah, and
I put
Hongso and Toots, I don't know enough, to be honest.
I think from what I've seen, the order I put was Saint, Yahoo, Quid, Toots, Hongshaw, and Dire.
Yeah,
I
sounds
think
good
it's
to me,
more,
honestly.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's do
Do any
6
see.
minutes.
2 rows.
We've done it. 6 minutes on point. Let's go.
Perfect.
That's one.
Holy.
Okay.
Holy, this is. Gosh.
Okay, who's the first? That's already
No,
that's
this
already
is-
not easy.
Yeah, so I was gonna say in our previous rankings, this is the first role that's not unanimous. Number 1.
Yeah,
that's
actually,
an issue.
and actually, I'm the one who broke it. Cause
there's 3 potential options in my opinion.
people who watch listen to the Hot Takes podcast know that I'm a big Viper fan. I've actually
Same.
I've decided to not put him in the top 2, even though I still think he's top 2 worthy, just because of what has happened recently.
You've not put him
Talk
in the
about
top 2?
talk about
No.
betrayal.
So internally, Ilias, Luca, and Lee put Pace first. I went against the current. I'm not sure if that's a word, and actually put Guma first. And hear me out. And hear me out. Pace has more carry potential for what he brings to T1 in current form, but HLE actually needs a player like Guma to be functioning. Because if you don't put a player like Guma, it won't work. Like, genuinely speaking, the only player that I could see you swap Guma out and you can put another one in is Viper, just because he's able to do the same things that Guma does. I just think that Viper has struggled more, which is why I put Guma above. So I did Guma, Pace, Viper. And my debate was between Pace and Guma initially. And then I said, no, I think people always look down on him. I've looked down on him myself in the past years. I think this year Guma has been criminally underrated for what he does and what he brings to the table. And I think he deserves to be mentioned here. Everyone will have their eyes set on Pace, and I think, like I said before, the meta will have Pace stand out more. But if HLE actually managed to get there and be undisputedly the best team in the LCK, it's because Guma has been able to do what he used to do in the past few years when T1 didn't play for him, which is sit back, relax, just make sure that he can handle the laning phase, actually get even or slightly ahead, and then fucking carry the late game.
Bro, this is so fucking terrible, because whoever you put in third, you feel bad about it. Whoever ends up in third place feels terrible.
Exactly.
It's Viper, Guma, UC, Pace, and whoever ends up in third out of them, it feels horrible because it doesn't feel right. Bro, I swear, can we just put all of them in number 1? Bro?
I was going to say that. We do not put them all in 1, and then we just leave 2 and 3 empty. I think that's fair.
Yeah, Loki.
So who would be 4th?
Loki would just do that. Avoid
Man,
the Twitter shitstorm. It's fine.
I really
We're
like
making
Viper,
the rules. We can do what we like.
the thing is, like, I feel like the stuff that we have seen from him recently has been not the level that I've seen him for so long. It's like
I can see that, to be fair. Like, I think he's had some pretty weird performances in LPL playoffs in particular. Like, but bro, I can't say that Viper is like suddenly third, bro.
yeah, but like you mean, like, I remember that Team W series where he wasn't playing well, and then he just pulls off that Caitlyn play around the Baron pit, where he just like
Yeah.
1v4s everyone, and you're like, yeah, that's the Viper. That's literally why I think he's the best ADC in the world. And then
yeah,
that's unfortunately that's the only like main highlight reel that you get from him from the entire series. And you're like, okay, but is it actually his fault? Because like BLG has basically never played through him the entire season. While in the past few years, it's always about him. And I actually think that like if BLG functions as well, that just like HLE, is also because they have a player like Viper who can just like literally do what he's tasked to do, and you know that he'll do it well.
Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Anyways, like we have the Holy Trinity in like first place, and then fourth and fifth. I mean, that's. I think you still have to put Jakey fourth.
Yeah,
probably.
for me,
Yeah, we both did.
I did put Jackie. Luca was the only one who put Hans fourth, by the way.
Bro, you can't put Hans fourth, man. I mean,
we both had him fifth.
Man.
Yeah, he had him. Everyone else had Hans fifth.
I do have Hans fifth as well. Which I will say in advance, like, I feel like some people might be surprised like Kalist is not in there, but I still think Kalist has a lot to prove, and I think
like Hans has just been in better form, hasn't he?
Has been yeah, for sure. I genuinely think that Kalist this year in some moments has been a weak spot for KC. Not that he's bad, but the rest of the team was performing better just in general. And I think like in some ways he was not stepping up to the level every time. It feels like sometimes he was getting caught in like some weird spots as well, and like maybe playing a bit too on the edge. Was costing his team some games as well. So yeah, Kalist is good. He has potential for top 5, but I think Hans has more stability overall right now.
Right, let's do support. We've got 8 minutes. We're bang on time. We're doing perfectly. We're back to a role where previously we had a unanimous number 1, and we had unanimous number 2 as well. I feel like number 1's kind of easy.
Unanimous number 1?
Carrier.
I mean,
yeah, like that's the but that's the issue as well. Like, Carrier on paper is number 1, but he's also like Owner has had some weird performance where I swear sometimes he legit just gets bored and decide to run it down for 0 reason. Like, bro, I swear, like, I mean, he has.
But that's. I mean, you can get good moments from that as well. Maybe he's like, "Oh, I'm a bit bored. Maybe I'm gonna pretend to be Gromp," and then it actually works.
Do you remember the game 1 against Gen G when he played Shen into like the Camille support or whatever?
Yeah,
bro, he ran it the fuck down. Like, bro, chill. Yeah. I don't know.
I think actually for me, like, Carrier is still clearly the number 1, but I think actually On has actually closed the gap compared to last year, which is why I've had the moment where it was like,
I had On second as well.
Like, internally was like unanimous. I think it's like Carrier in a tier, and like On is like on a minus, and then it's everyone else's. Just because I think the gap between.
Yeah, I genuinely think you can make an argument for On number 1 as well and put Carrier at second. I mean, it's fine leaving it like this. I think Carrier in top form is number 1, but I think On definitely. I agree with you. Yeah, I definitely think On. And
he also has more picks than last year. That actually worked. Sure. I remember like his Bard and also his Camille, of course. He had some good games on it.
Yeah, I think you put Delight third as well. I think he's had a very decent form lately.
Bro,
Bro, who are you putting third other than fucking Delight? There's no shot you're putting fucking Busio or Labrov in there, bro.
Bro, I put Labrov in there.
Same.
Nah, man. Like, I have Labrov top 5 as well. I think like he's not bad, but like I genuinely
think that maybe not the last two series, but I think that G2's end of regular season, first playoffs, like initial playoff run,
Yeah.
like Labra was actually doing a lot of work.
I agree, but I
Like,
still don't
and
think you
and
put him above the light. Like, I think the light has been clean.
we like for us we had Delight and Labrov exactly at 3.5, where me and Lee put Labrov third, and then Elias and Luca put Delight third, and then we swapped the other two, like the other
So
with
let's
the
let's
other
say
one.
it's been let's say it's a 5-person panel, and then Armand is the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
We'll let you
I
have
mean
it.
he
For me,
he
you
already
have to
said
put the light third.
like yeah.
But you do put the LeBron fourth for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Can I find him?
And fifth is a bit out there, actually.
We'll
I'm
have
not sure.
Busio.
I would low-key probably.
We had Busio, everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I have as well. I don't think Pengue is on that level, but it's a debate. I don't think Pengue is that bad either. I think he could make it for it as well.
I prefer Busio just because of.
I think as a Westerners we have to put Busio, but like yeah.
For me, it's just how consistent Busio has been compared to Fenrir.
Yeah.
Like the amount of ints that Fenrir have done when he actually ints are like just legit like rundown level performances. And it's like not bashing the guy, but just it actually looks like that. And I don't think Busio has that many ints as much as I remember as Fenrir did.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree with this ranking overall. Anyways, one last thing I want to say, which I've already said earlier, I think honorable mention to Isles. I think Isles has been the most improved player for LYON by far, and I'm very curious to see how he's gonna play at the event. I think he could be turning heads a bit and impressive. To be honest, I think he's very underrated overall, and yeah, I'm not too down on him. I think it's probably still under Fangure, but he's not that far behind the pack in my opinion. And aside from this, everyone is shit. I don't care, whatever.
I'm going to tilt you. I put Core above Isles, even though I think Isles has shown. I think Isles has done better, but
I think Core is so washed, man. At this point,
I know,
like,
I know, but I feel like internationally, I don't know. There's something that he just shows up a bit better than domestically. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, I just remember like even in the past few times, he just like seems to be a little bit more comfortable playing international or something like that. But I think they're very close. Like for me, it's like kind of in the same tier. I think Isles did better and also looked better because of LYON. I think that Core JJ as just as a player, and also, damn, the guy is 32. It's like crazy. He's actually the old. Like he's like the oldest player that we've had, and like we used to have the discussion about like old players can't play, and you still have like 32 years old playing at MSI.
Carrigan just won the major in CS. Oh, what's this guy? 36, 37?
Wait, guys. Today is Core JJ's birthday.
Yes.
He's 32 today.
Yes,
oh my God.
exactly.
Well, happy birthday,
Core JJ.
What a nice gift you gave him of slandering him.
Bro, you're so washed. Happy birthday!
Yeah, it'll feel good about adding another number on that tally.
I'm sorry. Bro, Core JJ has carried North America for so fucking long, bro. He's been there for 8 years. He's one of the fucking goats of the region. Like, respect to him. But yeah, man.
Washed.
Like, I mean, obviously, washed is a strong word, you know. Like, obviously, it's like hyperbole and stuff. But like, he's definitely past his prime in any case. But yeah. Yeah, that's it, right? I think you have to go very soon, right? So,
enjoy Korea, Davide.
2 hours.
Are you going to Korea?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. We're sending Davide on the plane like right now. Like we're cutting the recording and he's going to the airport and he's jumping on the plane.
And the thing is,
Actually, I
like,
think his plane is already boarding.
I hope you have a nice time and all that. I don't want to see pictures or anything. Like, I just don't want to. Just FOMO reasons. I just don't really want to know what you're up to because I'm just going to be jealous. But enjoy
Davide,
it.
are you gonna get
Yo,
Korean
I will be
barbecue?
sharing so much stuff in the Discord, man.
Holy.
Just
I
coming
will
coming. Now that you've told
swiftly
me, I will
mute.
actually take
I
more
will
pictures.
swiftly mute.
Nice.
Have a good one.
By
have a
the
good
way, remember, like, comment. I think we started to see some comments. I really appreciate the feedback. I've been told that I mumble too much, and sometimes
really?
I tend to drag my words too much. So definitely, it helps.
When I
me
told
to
you that, you
actually
told me to
remind-
piss off.
When
Fucking
I
hell.
don't remember. But yeah, honestly, I feel like for me, it's always kind of been hard to do public speaking. So if you guys have tips on how to make me improve, I'll
You're doing
actually
alright.
take them and
Doing alright.
appreciate it.
Well,
very
thanks for
much.
joining us, Armand, as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
No
coming in.
worries, no worries. I hope that your viewers will be kind to me and I won't be getting cancelled on Twitter as well. I don't do podcasts very often, so I hope it wasn't too.
I will clip it and post it on Reddit, and then now you're.
No, the cancelable clip today was not yours. Don't worry.
No, please, please. Please,
Thanks for watching, everybody.
T1 fans, please. I fucking love I love Owner. Owner is the goat. He's the goat. He's the goat. What's the sign like this? I don't fucking know.
No, it was like
Owner
this.
Is the goat.
Man.
I love T1. I love T1. We love T1. Yeah, fucking love T1, bro. T1 is so good. I fucking love T1. Bro,
Same for the record.
I put them first. They're gonna win MSI. I don't care. Like it's fine. It's fine, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Too bad they won't know.
I'm so cooked, man.
All right. Thanks for watching,
guys.
everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
See you guys. Have a good one.